Solomon's porch, and of the rest does no man join himself to them, but the people magnified them. Whoops. I was going to get over quick. I skipped a page. And believers were the more added to the Lord, multitudes, both men and women. Notice that the apostles exercised the apostolic gifts. Gifts of healing and gifts of miracles were sign gifts which were given to the apostles. They did many signs among the people. The disciples in the church had put a fear of the on the people and had stopped the revival. Yet there were those who were still being saved. Believers were being added to the Lord. We know that by AD 300, there were millions of people in the Roman Empire who had turned to Christ. So that's what I was talking about, is the gifts of the apostles. We don't have apostolic gifts today. Where are your, if you think you do, Jay Vernon says, let me see your, let me see you raising people from the dead. Then he offered a reward, and maybe I should offer a reward. Maybe that would get me clicks. Hey, Tony is offering $1,000 reward for anybody who can document a healing. And Jay Vernon says that he offered that for years, and nobody was able to actually come forward and prove a healing that occurred in their lives. In other words, you need medical documentation before and medical documentation afterwards, where that a healing took place in as the apostles were able to heal people in these cases. And so, verse 15, insomuch that they brought forth the sick into the streets and laid them on beds and couches, that at least the shadow of Peter passing by might shadow some of them. There came also a multitude out of the cities round about unto Jerusalem, bringing sick folks, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed, every one. Every one. Wow. May I compare this to modern faith healing? Modern faith healers never heal all the people who come to them, or else our hospitals would be closed. Have you ever noticed that? The apostles had sign gifts, friend. No one in the church since then has had those gifts. People were healed, every one of them. They emptied the hospitals. This was the power of the early church. We must remember that at this time there was no written New Testament. That's the reason most people believe in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I think it's about verse 14 or 15. And when that which is perfect is come, then these shall be done away with. Is that the perfect is the perfect revelation of Jesus Christ. In other words, as Paul wrote the New Testament, the ability to heal men were decreased. Paul had a thorn in the flesh that wasn't healed. Timothy had a sick stomach that wasn't healed. So as the New Testament was being written, even then, these sign gifts were not needed. He is the cornerstone. The church is built on Jesus Christ. He is the cornerstone. The apostles were witnesses to Christ. The sign gifts were given to them to demonstrate the fact that they spoke with God's authority. Today, we have a written New Testament as our authority, and so that's where we get our authority, not from raising people from the dead, and not making the lame jump up and leap and take up their beds and